treasure, they just might. Tune in to find out Monday nights. K-Pro Cow Powwow. K-Pro Cow Powwow wow. It's the K-Pro Cow Powwow.
Hey, everybody. We are live. We are back and we are live. It's Monday, August 30th, and it's time for another Forrest and Treasure Found video. How you doing, K-Pro?
Hi, everybody. Hi, search enemies.
Search enemies.
I almost said covered in. Greg, I'm okay. I've had a little bit of a hard day. It's been a kid's day. It's been a kid's day, and kids sometimes they try your patience, and they did today. And congratulations, you won. And so I'm here with my search friends now because hurrah! Okay. And you took a nice nap.
Yeah, I was out. That's how we do it on a Monday afternoon.
Yep.
So we got a lot to go over today, don't we? If only we had a PowerPoint that would make it all so clear.
A lot. Yes. So we didn't have a show last Monday.
Right.
I forget why, but we've had so much happening since then. So we don't even have a PowerPoint. We have an updated PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you the lowdown. And if you thought that Copper Dan frame was gone, we have an update there for you as well.
And Dan is going to be on the show toward the end. So when we're ready to have him on, he'll come on the show and announce that. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So, so we are going to go over the picture and the boots on the ground, or the picture from where we believe Jack was boots on the ground.
Nice.
You guys have to stop. Anyway,
just want to remind everybody,
no.
Chat's on. If you got something, you just
and
have to have us.
We're not going to talk about other channels because we are focused on some content here.
And then Copper Dan will be on at the end of the show. So
thumbs up and super chats on. And I'm excited that we're back on track. So I'm going to go over the PowerPoint from last week, but there's some key updates because the person that was going to be on our show last week, he decided to put up a YouTube video. And so I don't even know if you have the link to that, Mike, if I sent that to you. So we'll have Holly find it. She'll find it. And then we're going to talk about the estate. A lot of people have been asking for updates on the estate. Some people have been saying missing will, and we're going to clarify that. I won't go that far, but there's an interesting development. And then there's a new book, and because this is what I do. This might have the answer to where the Forrest Fenn treasure was, and I'll go over this. So bring it up. Let's go. Let's roll, baby. That's what we do. We jump into content.
Okay. Shout out to Dark, Greg, for going live and for us. Was that last Monday? I think. Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember. No, last Thursday. They all blur together. I can't remember. Okay.
And Dark is here for the Beacon Star 2, and so is Mike. And you guys have ganged up on me. Fine. Yes. Beacon Star 2. Randy, we love you. Randy, super
all
fan.
I can say, it's going to be a good show Thursday, everybody. Tune in. That's all.
Okay, for anyone because this is how rumors start, no more babies. We're ready for babies to be up and out. I'll raise grandchildren in 15 years, and my only baby's going to be waking up and having Diet Coke and hitting the poker room. No. Retirement is on my way.
Okay, here we go. We ready to jump right into it?
Yes, jump.
Okay.
Jump up and get down. Come on, click some buttons. I do.
Okay. Boom. There we go.
Okay. And I got to tell you, I'm going to go off on a little rant. I'm just going to tell you this up front because I've been in these debates. Well, I'll cue it up once we get there. Okay.
Thumbs up for the PowerPoint, everybody. And thumbs up for this nice little collage that's going on here. All right. I don't know what's in it. I'm seeing it for the first time like you guys are.
Okay, so Copper Dan update frame we will do at the end. So we'll put that at the end. I'm going to talk about this rare book that I got my hands on. I want to talk a little bit about what is rumor, what is fact, when it comes to evidence, because we are, anybody that says K-Pro's pregnant again, I'm going to kick some tush. Okay. So I'd have a lot of explaining to do to Mike. Okay, so I want to talk about rumor to fact. What is evidence? If somebody says there's no evidence to this, or if somebody says it's 100% Jack is, I want to talk a little bit about that. And it might be boring to some of you, but I want you to know in general my feelings on that. A source has come out, has a video about the picture. I want to talk a little bit about that, and the will and the estate, and just the things that are related to the chase portion is what I'm going to go over.
If we were supposed to find the video, she doesn't know who we're talking about or what video we're referring to.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We're not going to play it on the show, so it'll just be some. You'll see. Okay, next slide.
Copper
next slide. We're going to do that at the end.
Right. Okay.
Just know it's still up for grabs, guys. There's an interesting development.
Yep.
Interesting development.
Rare book from the 90s.
Okay. So if you've gone through the Condor database, and I'm sorry, I do not have the exact quote ready for you yet. This has been my reading between doing stuff for work and kids and all of that. I'm putting together something for you guys. A new PowerPoint is brewing. Mike, will you take this down for a second?
Oh yeah.
So one of the postings though in the Condor database, if you believe that Jack is the Condor, we don't have evidence of that. We have some evidence.
Sounds
of
like
that.
a Robert Redford movie. Okay.
Is a 1990s book that went out of print, and I think you can tell by Jack's database that he's in the park. But shout out to Ben, who I heard it from was Chasing Indy.
Let's do that.
And there is the book.
Yellowstone place names. Move it over. Other way. Yeah. Well, okay. Place names, mirrors of history. Yellowstone place names. Oh, I get it.
We don't know for sure.
Like nickname or how things got named and that kind of thing.
Yeah, the history of the names. Because one of the things that Condor says is if we were just looking for the names of whatever it is today, this would have been solved long ago. You need to know. He goes, isn't it funny that I got the best hint from, and I'm summarizing, from this 1990s book that's out of print, and he said some details to it. Somebody said, you can't get your hands on it. You can't get your hands on it. And guess what? When you say that to me, guess what? And Ben, you thought you were going to snipe it on eBay from me? I didn't have to snipe. So what happens when you buy a rare book, Mike? You try to buy it on eBay and then they come back and say, sorry,
it's out of stock. Are we going to take it to Pawn Stars when you're done with it?
Neener, Billy.
What's your name? Look at it.
I have borrowed it. I've borrowed it from.
You got to give it back. Oh, okay.
I've got to give it back, but it has some cool stuff under penalty of death. I must.
Oh, Alan K with the scoop says I've had that book for 4 years. But did you read it, Alan?
Alan, let's go. Then you can get some highlights, like the one place where it says the capitalization of Brown is a hint.
That's from the book.
That's from the book. Now they're talking about Brown Mountain, but I am so interested in your thoughts on this. Go ahead, Mike.
Super chatted from Jordan G10. No message, just the $4.99 super chat. So thank you, Jordan. We appreciate it. And welcome to the show.
He said he got drunk one night and ordered an out-of-print book from the 90s. So if Alan K has this and Jack has this, this is it. This is the book. There
Carrie
you go.
Says, I'm interested in that book, but we have to give it back. It's not ours, technically.
No, but here's what I was going to do. I'm going to read through this book, which I already have done once. And then I have to understand all the different places they're talking about, because unfortunately they don't go place by place. They have this whole miscellaneous area, and then they talk about Nez Perce, they talk about Journal of the Trapper, they talk about, oh my gosh, they talk about how Madison Junction got named Madison Junction, how Firehole got named Fire. It is awesome. But Alan, maybe I'll want to partner up with you, but I want to, this will be a future PowerPoint. I wanted you to know I got the book. Not that you don't, I mean, you can too, but I have a couple months until I have to return said book. So that'll be on my nightly reading.
So you guys make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell, because eventually we're going to go through that book and tell you guys why all those famous places, why they are named what they are named. And this is way back before Forrest time, I would think. I wonder if he's involved. But anyway, okay.
And this is what Chasing Indy says. The book is now insanely expensive. Yeah, it was like $800-900. I'm not buying that. It would be nice if someone could post photos, and so we can look it over and over. Here's what I was thinking, and I think this can fall under fair use. I think there's there's some pictures, the pertinent pictures and the pertinent pages or excerpts of pages that actually talk about the areas of most interest, whether that is 9 Mile, 7 Mile, Madison Junction. That's what I kind of highlighted. And there's probably like 50 pages, I think, that fall under fair use of the 3, but let's do it all together. I can put it in a PowerPoint. We need a panel for this one, I think. Alan K., I nominate you. Indy, you're the one who gave me the info on this book. Anyone else that has it, let's have a reading little party.
Not Hillary's book is $72 to $97. We'll talk about Hillary's book and her puzzle if it hasn't been solved on Thursday, guys. We can start Thursday. Okay. Nice. 2 weeks, Hillary says, drum roll, $10,000 ride in the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park in 2 weeks. Okay. All right. We ready to go back?
Yes.
Back. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. So next slide.
Whoa. Okay. What's going on here?
We might need a zoom. Okay. So
I can do that.
I have been having... Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. I don't know if he's in here. For some reason, I want to impress Rudy Green so much with convincing him that my evidence is factual. And it's not factual. Of course, it's anytime you get something secondhanded or secondhand, you, of course, are not going to be able to say 100% confirmed with 5 exclamation points. So Rudy's like, Jack is the condor. We don't know that 100% for sure, but we have a lot of evidence to that. So I have tried to pick apart, and some people say, you don't listen to me because of XYZ. Why aren't you listening to my theories? And so I started picking this apart in my brain. So I'm only going to go over this for a minute or two, but I want you guys to know how my brain works and why I do a PowerPoint, why it helps me, and what I consider evidence and breaking the internet or wonk, wonk, wonk. So are you okay with this, Mike? This is a little bit of pontification, but
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing is how important is the information? Does it give a little bit of context or does it break the internet? Yeah, Tony Russi, I know. I put it 99,999. So if, let's say, there is a picture of a potential search partner. Go ahead, Mike.
Mm-hmm. No, we got super chat from Packer Jack. He says, what are the percentages that we could solve Copper Dan's troll hunt before it even starts? I'm thinking 50-50 based on the track record.
Hey, that could have been Forrest Fenn's without a broken base. Okay, so if the information is relatively like, okay, it helps with context, but it's not going to break the internet. I put something like in the red category. Like, I don't do an entire show on just the picture of the search partner's car, because does it get us to the final location? No. What do I consider green? I consider green something that's like Condor's database. Now, knowing that it's Condor is different, and knowing that you have some posts to it, that's different. Like Mike, you and I had a few of the posts, but not the entire database. I'd put that in the yellow category. But let's go into the source of the info. If someone says, I know it and you don't, Jack is in Puerto Rico. That's nice. I know it, but I can't say the source, but here are the details. Jack lives exactly here, and this is when he went there. That's a little bit more informational, but not groundbreaking. I know it, and here's the details and the source. That's when it gets, okay, good enough that I think PowerPoints are forming. And then it's, here it is, I know it, here's the source, and here's a source document independent. Here is where Jack applied for tax exemption in Puerto Rico, where he has to go and live in Puerto Rico to get that. So things started, hey, he lived in Puerto Rico. I saw some things. And then I saw some documents, and people are saying, don't name me, but here it is. It becomes in the green when we have source documents. Okay, are you with me, Mike? Is this riveting?
I think so. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So it's like the old memorization game. You flip it over and you have to match two. Sorry.
No, it's not that at all, Mike. Not that at all.
Okay.
Okay. So on the third is the level of evidence. So is it random in a chat room or somewhere that it's said, or is it generally stated just somewhere? Is it more organized? I need you to move that, please.
No. Did you know that there's an underground parking lot at the Denver Museum of Science and Nature? I did not know that.
Or
Great.
can we actually show screen captures and documents? I actually want to stay on track for this one. I know it's shocking.
Okay.
So, and how much is known? So, some details are known, but you don't have the whole story yet. or you have a lot of the story, but there's still some unexplained things, or it's ready for press. Like this is when do we present things? The next is it just our opinions? Jack is the finder. Is that an opinion or a fact? I think we could back it up with a lot of facts. Is there logical leaps needed, or is it facts only? I think that plays a part. And then how it's presented. Anonymous, random, in chat, post, or am I reading something referenced, or is it in an organized PowerPoint? So these are the types of things that if we are all in the green, it's the perfect situation. But we're going to be waiting years for that, right, Mike?
Yeah, well, nothing's ever in the green. You know what I mean? It's just not that easy because we're talking about a subjective thing because we don't have the facts.
Well, think about Puerto Rico.
Right.
Puerto Rico, some people said he moved to Puerto Rico. I remember the first time I saw it random on, I think it said in the chat. I was like, okay. And then I saw some documents that said it, and they're like, no, he really is. And then the document that came out of the government of Puerto Rico, then it became green. But we presented it well before it was green. So some people are like, well, like, don't present anything. Okay, so don't present anything till it's green. Well, it would have delayed, and it might have not forced others or had others go and research down stuff if we didn't have some things that are not 100% perfect, confirmed with 5 exclamation marks, right?
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Okay. So some people ask me, why are you not listening to me? I said it randomly in a chat. I sent you this crazy email, or I won't say crazy. I sent you this email that said, look at this. And it gave me a screen capture and then ranted for 4 or 5 or 10 pages. Or I'm in the middle of a YouTube and someone says something that's completely off from why aren't you listening to me? I'm not in the green on all of those. I'm just going to say I'm not smart enough. I need you to lay it out better for me, for it to get on my radar well enough. And I would like you guys to understand everything we present is not necessarily all in the green. I want to get it out there sooner so then you can help me. Like this book. I could have said and waited until a PowerPoint for this book, but some of you have it. You can help me with it. Okay. There's my pontification, and I apologize. That's been, and Steve, no, you would have been a great student. You don't need to pay anybody to pass my class. Mike was really interested in that, though.
Yeah, you lost me halfway through that, but that's okay. That's kind of your opinion on what you present, right? The way you present things. That's what I got.
And why I present things, and why sometimes I present something over something else.
And sometimes you don't present things. Yeah, I get it. It makes sense. Okay. Source on the car photo. Hang on. Well, it's not really breaking news, but on our show, this is the first time we were talking about it. So
right, because we were going to talk. It's kind of like the Reddit database. We decided Monday's show was canceled, so now there's a video out. It's
we make things happen. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. So next slide. So that source has now come forward. He's made a video. The reason that he made a video, and I won't speak to him for him, but if you go up on his YouTube, who has it? If someone has it, I think Indy might have it. He sent it to us. So he did, and the reason that he did this is because a lot of people were saying, you invented this car. How could some random picture from years ago be on some searcher's phone? And he actually goes through, he takes pictures of his food, he takes pictures of cars, it's
maybe I can't find it. It was here. Yeah.
Right. Hold on.
We can provide it at some point.
Hold on.
Oh, got it. I got it. You want me to put the link in the chat to the video?
Link in the chat.
All right, we can do that.
So in general, that is all that he actually goes on for about 15 minutes, which I think is pretty cool, that he took the time to say, guys, this isn't made up. I don't know. He doesn't know a lot of the other context. He's even asked me, like, how did you get this or that on other things? But in relation to the car, and the picture was not that it was evident. Up on Thor, they're like, how is this evidence and that Jack was in the car? If you go back to the video, we said this is the type of evidence, the example of the level of evidence. You know that red, yellow, green? These are the types of things, pictures, documents. Those are the types of level. This does not put 100% Jack in the car and Ryan is the person that witnessed it. No, this was a type of evidence, and that's all it was. So I don't want to overstate that.
I put the link in the chat. That is his video, the person who took this picture, and you guys can watch his video, make your own decision. But watch his video once we're offline, everybody. Do it later.
Okay.
Right.
So we were going to have Ryan on and he was going to explain it, but he did it in a video. So you can go and he just really wanted to set the record straight. Ben and I just didn't invent this picture. He's a searcher. He's been around for years. He has handles on, he's a Reddit guy. So there you have it. Okay. Next slide.
And that is the source revealed. Back when we first showed the picture, it was a source. Back then, he didn't want to be identified, etc. Well, now he decided to make his own video about it. So there you go. Go watch it.
Right.
Okay. The car owner.
Okay. So the car owner ties to where we know Jack flew into. It matches
is from the picture, right? The car owner of the picture, of the car in the picture. Yeah.
Yes,
make sure everybody understands. Okay.
Yeah. Ties to where we know Jack flew into boots on the ground. Because some people are like, how does this tie in? This picture had a Colorado plate.
Yeah, listen,
we knew the person that has that car, and that tied in that they were up in Yellowstone, which we already knew. It was kind of a confirmer more than, oh my gosh, out of nowhere. He went to Temple.
Ties to Puerto Rico, for God's sakes. What?
He does have ties to Puerto Rico. He has ties to Puerto Rico. I mean, how you can't make this up. Anyway, there is more information on him, but again, there is another reason, and we're going to talk about this offer being made. Didn't Jack take any medical classes at Temple? I don't know what classes he took.
No.
So Ben and I are being very diligent not to share the personal information. I know some of you are sending me names and saying, can you confirm this guy out of Colorado Springs and he went to school with, and we checked the alumni record. I'm not going to confirm. And then when I don't confirm, they say, oh, that means it's right. No, I'm going to give you one example. I was asked if Michael O'Connell is our source on another source that we had. No, Michael wasn't, but I said no. And then it went out and actually said in the blogs, it was Michael O'Connell, because I wouldn't confirm it. I can confirm Michael O'Connell was not.
Say yes or no every time somebody guesses at something, guys. They want to be anonymous, so we're not going to play that game.
Yeah. So, but the picture validates the Colorado Springs, flying into Colorado Springs, the boots on the ground, and the search partner information from other sources. But the picture is the type of information. So that's the big thing for me. That some were saying this picture did not bring all the evidence together. Right. It's one piece of about 15 and several sources. And it's just so funny that that's the picture that was able to kind of tie it in and kind of took us from, oh my gosh, it really has come together now. So,
okay, there it is.
And that doesn't mean it's still, for me, it's in the green. We haven't showed you enough that you're in the green. I don't expect you to be in the green. Maybe yellow. Maybe it's still red for you. This picture means
evergreen.
Okay.
So there it is. It wasn't just a made up picture, everybody.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, but now, wait a minute. This is breaking news, everybody. This is an offer to the person that was in that car?
Yes.
Okay. This is a legitimate offer. Check it out, everybody.
Well, some people say that the word search partner, Jack has flat out said he did not have a search partner. Jack also said he doesn't ever live in Puerto Rico. But I'm going to use search partner as a term that we know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
As a term that we know, but it does not mean like a person that gets a certain stake or whatever. I'm going to say a human being that was boots on the ground. Let's just designate it that way. So there has been an offer. A searcher has approached me, and this is in kind of happening now. Offered $50,000, and there's some lawyers' fees and things that would need to be for the search partner story. Not the final location or solve.
So they're bypassing Jack. They want to go to the person that they believe was with Jack when he found it, and they want that person's story for 50 G's.
Okay. He has come out to say, I did not want to say his name. The person has come forward in chat to say who he is. That is him. That's on him.
The person that's making the offer. That's right.
Yes. And the partner would not be public with the name, face, or voice, We would record it for an interview for our show, and that would protect both sides. One side obviously doesn't. Okay, I didn't ask you, Tony, if you were okay with, so that's why I put it anonymous until we talked about that. But obviously, a list of questions he has put together. I have also gone on to both Thor and Facebook and said, what question would you ask? Because I want to bundle that up and give it to Tony to consider other questions because Tony, I think your questions are interesting. I think maybe we could get a little bit more for the money, in my opinion. But the big thing for me is, good. I'm glad you're good, but you did it, Tony. And that's the great thing. Sources can come out when they want to come out. And you wanted to come out early on. This is awesome.
No, not Tony Rusi,
no, not
Andy.
Tony
Don't
Rusi.
say that. Not Tony Rusi.
Okay, so here's the big thing. So think about this. Oh, we're outing a source. No. We, meaning myself and Ben, already know the search partner's name, all of his information. This is not about that. And we're not going to reveal that. This is not about trying to get more of that. It's trying to get an ending that feels a little bit better. Much like Dan Barbarisi got 10,000. We're not trying to steal this from Jack. Jack has said he doesn't want the story. So he let Dan is going to be in an upcoming documentary. Dan has gotten paid, I think, from all of this, hasn't he? He got the 10,000 from that
Eric,
Michael Parker guy.
hang on,
right?
let's be very clear. Me and K-Pro aren't paying anybody anything. Me and K-Pro are not the person who's offering this. We're just making the video for the searcher who wants to offer this person 50 grand. So make that clear.
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not only the 50 grand. There's going to be a contract, legal, etc. So there's some pieces that will need to come together. So don't worry about the number as much. It's in negotiation, guys. But I'm just saying that's the level we're talking to. Someone said, go ahead, Mike. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was just going to say that if it does happen and things are agreed to between these two people, that when we would record it and it's unedited, right? We're going to play it unedited for the community, correct?
No, like let's say in the middle of it, he says his name. We would edit that out.
Oh, I got you. So if the person requests us to edit something, we would do that. But in other words, me and K-Pro aren't holding anything back. That was my point.
Correct.
We're not going to decide what's shown and what's not shown. So if it even happens, I think it's very a long shot that it'll ever happen. But if it does, we're just letting you know that we would record it and then play it for everybody to view, because that's what the person who's offering the money wants. They want everybody to be able to see.
Right. So go to the next slide, because a few of you, I've kind of randomly said this.
There it is. Why on our channel?
Why our channel? Because that was what the person, and now we know, we can just say Tony, requested. He's a member of the community and has his opinions of us in obviously a positive way. But somebody said, well, I don't know, it should be on your channel because sometimes you do stuff for clicks. You don't get a vote unless you have 50 grand that you want to pony up. This person obviously has said they think that we could be the good conduit between that. So
and that's all we are is, we're not involved. We're just doing this for two people if they come to an agreement.
And think about it this way. If somebody is ponying up money and others have opinions, I would be very careful with your tone. But a person that's going to pony up that kind of money, I think would be up for listening to others, but don't feel entitled if someone else is putting that money up. I don't feel entitled. I'm going to add a question or two to a list that I'm going to send to Tony to say, hey, would you consider adding these to the list? But that list will, if we get that far, we'll go back and forth. There will be, all of that will need to be negotiated.
What'd you say about Dan Barbarisi and 10 grand? What was that all about?
Well, so Jack was okay with Dan getting the 10 grand from that poker guy, right? Isn't that who?
Oh, but Q says Dan said he didn't take the 10K because he's a journalist and that wouldn't be ethical. So I don't know if.
Okay. So if the search partner doesn't think it's ethical and wants Jack to have it, Jack can have that money too.
Nice. That when you're writing a book, that's a little bit different. But anyway, again, we just putting the offer out there. It's from one searcher to this particular person. If they can make it work, then hey.
Jack got all 20,000. Okay, so maybe
an
Jack
interview
will want a part of it. They can negotiate it. I just think this is a very cool. Really, I just think this is a very cool development. Is it okay? This is another one. Green, yellow, red. We're in the red right now. It's not negotiated.
It's in the chat. Sorry, go ahead.
Chat. Last name's White or Witt, something like that. Just Tony. Tony is how we're going to know him. Tony W. So Tony, this is an interesting development. We brought it to you when it's red. It may not happen. Is it based on fact? You guys could have been saying, oh, she's making up the source because there's not enough evidence. You could have said that. Now he's come forward. But I could be secretly like typing that up. So just know that this is in negotiation. Go
That's
to
true.
Thor. If you're on Thor, go to Facebook, Cowlazars page, add in a question. And I'm going to put those questions together. But the number one question was, what's the solve? That's where we know that that's probably off the, I'm pretty sure that's going to be off the
Yeah,
table.
because
So I said, if you were to ask one question, don't ask a million. We're trying just to get a list together that I think would be cool. That's all.
no, Miriam, nobody's agreed to anything. This is the offer, actually. So I think this is to get the word out. So, but we'll keep you guys updated. We'll let you know if something happens or not.
Yeah.
If it goes down. All right, ready? Next.
Yes.
Okay. The estate.
The
I got to
estate.
do this on that one. We are talking about Forrest Fenn's estate, right? Not some other estate, real estate. We're talking about Forrest Fenn's estate.
Yeah, Forrest Fenn's estate.
Okay.
Good thing 50 isn't enough for incentive for false sources. Oh, okay. And if Tony offers 50, we get the lawyers and we negotiate it, and then this person comes out, it doesn't mean that you have to believe that he's the search partner.
Right. You don't,
that doesn't mean it at all. It just means that maybe you take that night off.
Jack hasn't confirmed anything, Godelkin, so the answer is no. And probably won't ever.
And, but I did hold true to my word. Let me check my email. I've already told Jack who it is.
You reached out to Jack yourself to say, hey, this is going down. All right, well, there you go, Jack. You asked us a long time ago. Why don't you come to me? Well, we did.
I don't want Jack. Jack asked me early on, tell him what is going on. Right. And that person can be hid permanently.
So if the 50 grand offer that this search partner, if that's what he is, he could take it and buy Copper Dan's frame, 50 grand for St. Jude, everybody. Now it all comes full circle. But anyway.
That could actually be awesome. Okay. Full solver, nothing. I'm sorry. And you guys wondered why. So the other night in one of the chats, I said, what would you, oh no, I went on last night before last. I said, what would it take to get closure? So Silver Fox, this will not get closure for you, but it might get some of us. Yeah, unfortunately. We'll get some of us a little bit closer, and it would just be cool to hear the story. I hate to say, I want to hear the story. I want to hear the story of what bottle of wine they bought, and it has to be. I have been boots on the ground with people. It's so much fun. I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Well, Molly Bob's got a good question. Did you witness Jack retrieving the chest, or did this guy just stay in the car? You know, there's questions like that of how it went down that are interesting. And there is a searcher who says, hey, I'm willing to pay a lot of money for some of these questions to be answered. And there you go. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Yes. The estate. SF stands for San Francisco, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Santa Fe, everybody. Okay. The Santa Fe.
Alan K will take 50 grand. He's the search partner. Jack didn't buy any wine, but he said he did. I'm going with Jack on that one. I don't know.
Maybe the search partner bought it. You see how Jack's not lying? There you go.
He said nobody's going to be able to find my rental car records. And that's true. Because some people say that means he had a rental car.
There was no rental car.
There was no rental. Right. It's Fenn speak. Oh, anyway. Okay. Right. So the estate. So there has been a lot going on in the estate. And I've said some things that are wrong, and I'm also a layman's. And between those two things, a layman's meaning I don't know all this procedure stuff. So I wanted to get the facts and the data and take it from that red or yellow category to a green category with actual documents. Like, for example, I said that one of the guys are from France, ends up, no, he's from Florida. Little differences. So Forrest Fenn's court record of the estate is 200 pages long. And I have it around here somewhere. There is a significant amount of it that's related to TTOTC. I know a lot of searchers that have it, and they've sent me pieces and parts to it. I now have it, and I'm only going to go over the parts that are pertinent and the parts that I've misstepped because I've gone from secondhand information. And we will go over in general the pending lawsuits, and then just a couple pieces in relation to where we are today, because a lot of people are saying, where are we right now there is one lawsuit still pending. And right now we want to see where it goes from here. So without further ado, go ahead.
Okay, everybody stay tuned because the big frame on eBay is coming up. I just bid on it, actually. Okay, go ahead, Kate.
Okay, so there's some background information in the upfront part of the file that basically says it actually appoints Peggy if she's living, and then Zoe, and then goes through a line of people that would be appointed as the personal representative. By the time this was filed, Zoe took over. We already know this. Zoe took over, but I'm trying to play full context for those of you that are like, I don't know anything about the estate. I'm kind of giving the background because later we'll say Zoe filed this or filed that. So application was filed, and then she did what was called a notice to creditors. So you cannot file against an estate for years and years and years. Basically what they say is somebody's in charge and you have a time frame. It's typically 1 year. They actually filed for the 4-month expedited that says notice to creditors. If anybody has a suit or a debit that they want out of this estate, you need to file for it. You have 4 months. They have to put it in the newspaper and all the details, and then you have to file that with the court. That is in this document. And then there is a will. The will states what Forrest wanted with his estate. And it says in general, or in summary, it's 13 pages, and there is an inventory list. And he says the inventory list is continuously updated. But if no list is found within 3 months of my death, you just think there's no list that exists, and the personal representative will take over from there. The only reason I include this one is just because it's not Chase related, but I know that there's a channel that talks about they found all of his like other children, and it says that he has 2 living children, Zoe and Kelly, and there is no other children living or deceased, and that he wishes to be cremated. Those are 2 things that we know that he was cremated, but it kind of just shows more the group that says they have the brutal truth might have the brutal made up nonsense. But anyway, it's in the document. So when we talk about red, yellow, green, for me, it's a green. He says it in his document. And it could jeopardize the estate if he did have other children and he didn't name them specifically and exclude them or include them so just FYI. Okay, next slide. Now let's get into the actual Forrest Fenn portion.
I just got outbid. All right, sorry. Okay, there's the background on the will. Okay. Background continued.
Continued. There is a Forrest and Peggy Fenn revocable trust that was established in 1986. This is very common. That's where, so then you stay out of a lot of the taxes and things. The executor is going to manage the lifetime gift tax. That becomes important because of what Jack has said, the Condor has said, if you believe that is Jack, about lifetime gift tax. This person does have access control, continue, modify, and terminate emails, digital property, accounts, digital storage, emails,
Forrest Fenn's computer.
In short, Forrest Fenn's computer, hard drive, and the cloud.
And who's the executor? Do we know?
Zoe.
So she has control over Forrest Fenn's computer, which I know a lot of people are like, who has Forrest Fenn's emails per the will? Is that right, Marie?
No, I'm just saying who's in charge of it. She may have designated someone, but she is in charge of it. And the interesting part is, it says, and will take any steps necessary at their discretion, and they will be held not liable. So the estate, in case someone sues over it, the estate will cover the coverages of her actions in relation to managing all of that. So like all litigation is good. Zoe doesn't get sued, the estate does. And all of the money that has to be paid to all of these attorneys are coming out of the estate.
Okay.
And Copperdan just said he is bidding and he is going to win the frame. No, I can't. He says, I will not.
Do we want an update on where it's at real quick?
No, because we haven't even discussed it yet. No.
Okay.
I don't even know what you're talking about. We haven't discussed
Copperdan
it.
Frame on eBay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You said the end. I wanted it at the
put
beginning.
Link in the chat.
Yeah, I wanted it at the beginning for exactly that reason, and now it's a little bit of a mess. But that's on you, Mike. Okay, so I'm right in the middle of my story here. Okay, so there are 4 cases that were filed that have now been dismissed. Either they dismissed them or they've been dismissed, and then 1 that is still active. So Erskine, I forgot how to pronounce it. Erskine wanted Erskine, whatever, $2 million and the treasure chest, or 1021, which is Old Santa Fe real estate property, which is
he wanted the house.
He wanted the house, or $3 million. And this is like his especially had motion after motion after motion. There was a lot to read, but I distilled it down since all of these are dismissed. So he files as a creditor, and the estate Zoe, but the lawyers file what's called a file of disallowance, saying, we don't believe this is an actual real creditor. And then you go to a judge. It was dismissed and attorney's fees were granted. There was some responses. There was actually 4 filings of file extensions. He broke his glasses one time. There was lots of reasons he needed additional time, but he did put in a notice to withdraw and it was withdrawn. So that's the first that I think we know from way back. The second is the Anderson case. She had a potential claim filed. Then the estate did do a disallowance filing. And then there was a motion to withdraw based on Zoe's declaration that the treasure chest was not a part of the estate. I'll actually show you that declaration in a moment. And that was so those are now behind us. Then we have the Sandow case. Okay, go ahead, Mike. There's a super chat.
Oh, 3D Bronze says the Copper Dan frame is on eBay. Sorry, I just got here. Tell me when is live. Sorry, Kate Bro. Sometimes I can't help myself and I find myself blabbing. And tell me when is live. 3dbronze.com. And yes, the frame is on eBay. And it's over $1,000, by the way. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so then there's Sandow. Sandow was going for, oh my gosh, not only $10 million, there was all these like San Lazaro's this and but against the estate, it was $10 million. The estate did file a disallowance. Then they asked for an extension of timing. The estate actually filed an opposition to having them have an extension of filing, but it was dismissed. It's actually not dismissed in this set of documents. It's dismissed in court, which I believe, I'm a layman's, then will make it to the estate and be dismissed. And then this is the one that I'm glad I have the actual documents because this is the one I screwed up on, I believe. It's the Raffos, I don't know how to pronounce them. It's referenced in the file, but it's not filed against the estate. It's only filed in civil court, and it was dismissed. This was the one that I said the gentleman was out of Europe, and several people that had all this information was like, no, he's out of Florida. So I apologize. That is why it's always good to have data in the green, get the actual documents.
Right. Okay. And those are all dismissed, right?
Those are all dismissed. So do you want to read that? Because I can't, it's so small on my, I'm on a different.
All right. I, Zoe Fenn Old. Okay. This is the declaration of Zoe Fenn Old. I, Zoe Fenn Old, in my capacity as personal representative of the estate, Forrest Burke Fenn, and in my individual capacity, do hereby declare and state under penalty of perjury as follows. Number 1, I am the daughter of Forrest Burke Fenn, deceased, and I have been appointed personal representative of the estate of Forrest Burke Fenn, the estate. In cause number, and then there's a number, pending in the First Judicial District Court, County of Santa Fe, State of New Mexico, the probate. Number 2, I have personal knowledge of the facts stated in this declaration. Number 3, the treasure chest and its contents that my father hid sometime in 2010 and that was subject of the chase is not owned by or in the possession or control of the estate. Number 4, the treasure chest and its contents are not an inventory I prepared as part of the probate or any other proceeding. And number 5, the treasure chest and its contents were never owned by the estate and at no time have been in my possession or control. And that is signed Zoe Fenn Old, dated July 20th, 2020.
And I just noticed he hadn't passed by that time. That should be 2021. That is funny. Can you zoom in to 2, 3, 4, and 5?
I don't think so. I can do that if that helps.
Okay. No, they were asking in chat.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So basically what this says, and this is again, the layman's talking, what this says is some of the lawsuits were because they want the treasure chest, and the treasure chest, it was never specifically said it wasn't a part of the estate.
No, hang on. July 20th, 2020, last year. It shouldn't be. Oh, it should be 2021. This just happened in July of this year.
This just happened.
So how does that work when you have the incorrect year on a legal document like this? Doesn't it have to be redone, or do we know?
Mine always did.
Okay. Yeah, or a correction, a modification, right? But anyway. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So this then settles the issue to anyone that was suing the Forrest Fenn estate thinking that the treasure chest was not Jack's, it was actually Forrest. It was Jack's rather than being Forrest.
Right.
So I just wanted you guys to actually see that because some people asked, some people had seen it, some people were guessing what was in it. It's pretty straightforward, just with the wrong date. This invalidates the will. The chase is still on.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There's
Okay,
actually a couple typos I have found throughout
it's
the
all right.
200-page document, and it happens even if you have a
Who's
clerk.
the lawyer, for God's sakes? Okay. Last pending case.
So
McCracken.
here, yeah, we have a McCracken case, which is wanting $5 million and attorney's fees. There was a notice filed by the estate for the disallowance of the claim. They have actually counterclaimed for malicious abuse of process and punitive damages by the estate. So basically, I believe that means both sides are going to say, I'm suing you, and they're suing back for malicious abuse and lawyers' fees. This hearing, from what I understand, it is still active and moving ahead as of about a week ago when this got put together. But from what I understand and have read, the statute of limitations has now passed against the estate. So this is the last court hearing that can be filed, and this settles the estate. Because if you think about it, when somebody passes, my mom passed, she had an estate. We had to wait a certain amount of time. You don't want to have to wait 10 years to get the heirs their appropriate settlements or portions of the estate. So this can't go on forever. And that's why they filed that 4-month expedited. So there you go. There you have it. There it is.
No, somebody said Forrest did it on purpose. Forrest didn't do this, guys. This was after he passed away. So you can't put the court documents on Forrest. I'm pretty sure all this was done after he was already gone, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he probably set up the trust, just like, people,
the MacGuffin. I like it.
Lots of people set up trusts. My mom set up a trust,
right,
to not have to deal with probate and taxes and that sort of thing. Do I think he already probably thought of all this because he says S corps and all the stuff you're saying? Yes, but I have no idea how, and it's only in the red for me. I have no idea. I don't know.
I'm just talking about the one document with the date that's wrong. That's from Zoe. That was done after he was gone, as far as I believe. But what the hell, Jacob? How'd you do that? That's pretty cool. All right.
We will all know before the new year. Okay.
Oh, Silver Fox says, how could the chest never be part of his estate? Legally, an estate exists while still alive.
It's not that they didn't say it never did. When he died, they're saying, like, he owned a car in 1962. That doesn't mean it's a part of his estate
because
now.
Jack owns it now. The ownership was transferred, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Yes. At the time of Forrest's death, he did not. It was not in Forrest Fenn's estate because it was transferred.
Yeah. And all Zoe is saying is, all I know is what I'm managing, and it's not in the estate that I'm managing. Nothing more. Right. She doesn't want to get any more involved. She'll probably get called in. She'll probably get called into all of this mess. But okay. So next slide.
Details and deadlines.
So the judge requested a hearing. This is back in July of 2021 of just a scheduling conference. This is when there was like 5 of them. I think he or she was trying to make heads or tails of, okay, we got to get this situated. And a trial was set for May 15th, 2022. There are what's called early settlement deadlines. So now that the trial is set, we have 1 case left. And in that case, they're saying, if you're going to settle, you need to settle and you need to settle by, it says November 30th and December 31st. I couldn't make heads or tails of the difference. A lawyer probably could. But all discovery, anything that either side is going to admit eventually to trial has to be given by February 28th, 2022. There was a deposition scheduled for August 2nd. It was amended to be a Zoom on August 4th. There is a mediation settlement conference deadline of December 13th. And then there's a whole bunch of hearing deadlines. The plaintiffs have to have any expert witnesses in by October, and then defense expert witnesses November, and then all motions by March, April, May, June. So if you're wondering time frame, I don't care to go into every one of these. They are in the crux of it right now. And we are right now, in August. So the depositions are being, where they're coming in and testifying and saying, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then the hearing is in May. I don't quite understand why it says the trial is May 15th, but then the finding of facts is June 8th and the docket call is June 13th. I don't quite understand that, but I don't think any of us care at this detail. All we care is Right now, the depositions are going on. We still have an active court case. And this is just for the estate portion. And then there's going to be expert witnesses and exhibits and motions and all of that. And it's scheduled for next year, May, June timeframe. That's the only thing I really wanted to get away from that.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, still a lot of legal, and maybe that's why it hasn't been sold, the chest. Even though it's not part of Forrest Fenn's estate, somebody could probably argue or something that it is.
Yeah, well, and the big one is, and I equate this, I think it's the same as going through a divorce. There's a mediation settlement deadline. So basically, if they're going to mediate out of court, if they're going to settle out of court, that has to be done by December 13th. If it's not, they're going to trial, is how I took it. But
okay. All right. Inventory list. Oh, now it gets interesting.
Okay. So there was a portion of this that there was an inventory list which is the details of the individual pieces and parts of what happens to Sitting Bull's peace pipe, what happens to this, that, the other. The list was due on January 6, 2021. An extension was filed by Zoe that said, due to the valuation process, especially these collectibles that are difficult to evaluate and value, I need more time. And they gave her more time, and they gave her more time until July 6th of 2021. That was granted by the judge. Then she filed that she did complete this. So you read that part.
Zoe Fenn Old, personal representative of the above captioned estate, has prepared an inventory of the property owned by the decedent at the time of his death, which is subject to probate administration within the time specified under the probate code, and will furnish a copy of said inventory to all persons who are interested persons in the estate under the probate code who have requested a copy of same. Now, does that mean you have to actually have a vested interest in order to get a copy?
Great question.
Or is that open to the public? Yeah, I don't know.
So so next slide.
Okay.
That's a great question, and it's a great segue. Okay. So I received the package of documents, but did not include the inventory list as stated being complete. Can you check to see why it was not included? In the it is the inventory list that was filed on 7/2, and the documents that were attached. That was the actual what you just read. And the Santa Fe court's response was, I did double check with another coworker to see if the inventory list would be filed in the case somewhere. However, it appears that they never filed it with us, and it was just a notice that they filed it. I would recommend getting a hold of the personal representatives. Thank you. Next slide. So, basically needed to double check with the Santa Fe courts, and they have said it's not it wasn't an oversight.
Right.
It was not provided. Okay.
And I wonder if it's because you have to have a interest. They just don't provide it to anybody. Because think about it.
It did not say, here is the attached inventory list. It said, we will give the inventory list is complete. Okay, next slide, because that's actually what But
remember, when we say inventory list, what are we talking about? Sitting Bull's peace pipe, the Jackie O bottle, all those, everything that was in Forrest Fenn's estate, which would be all those items in his den.
And it's a couple. I saw it at a time. More. Every single item was tagged, but he had a Word document. It was huge.
Oh, I bet. I mean, just think of all the books, each individual book by itself, all those items, the jars and bells, I should say, the jars that were on his desk, all that stuff.
So is the will, so someone said, is the will missing? The inventory list is not missing, because you remember at the beginning where it said, if the inventory list goes missing, consider it not being there within 3 months. No, it's there. And the personal representative has it. The inventory list is not in the estate file, but I read the motion that maybe that is, I saw Lisa, our friend Lisa, she was saying, and Lisa, it was not cancer. Awesome. I saw that today on your Facebook. I like almost cried. I was so excited for you.
No. Sorry. Missing Forrest says it's not required to file an inventory list with probate court, only the acknowledgement of the inventory.
So is it like sealed is the word that I use. Again, I'm a layman's. I think that's exactly. I think, like it said, per probate code, the people that have a right to see it will. The people in the Santa Fe court, it's a clerk. They're just saying it's not in here. So is it missing? I lean towards no, but some people say yes, and some. I'm kind of more in the perhaps category because I'm just not informed enough. I think it's I think I know what I don't know here. So
It also says it was first April 2021, then all claims had to be made by then. And now we have later dates. Come on, probate does not work like this. I think probate works however the probate judge wants it to work. So
hold on. It was first April 2021 that all claims had to be made. Yes, all claims had to be made. There were 5 of them. Now, if anybody comes up and says, I'm ready to, no. There was 5 people by the deadline, or 5 filings, because there was more people. It was like Sandow and a bunch of other people. 5 people said, I, by the deadline, filed in time.
I have a claim to the estate.
And it goes slow. Now, 4 of them have settled, or they're dismissed or gone. We still have 1. You can take this down. I think this was the last slide, because then we'll go to Copper Dan after this. And they can
That's
see
it,
us.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
let's hear it for
let's talk about that.
PowerPoint.
Let's talk about that. There's still 1 filing that they did get their filing in by April of 2021. But it could take it's going to take until next year, or it could settle at any moment. But it's not a quick process, is my point.
I wonder if Zoe Fenn's or old. Somebody said her name was Zoe Old Fenn, and then Zoe Fenn Old. That it was on there 2 different ways. That's interesting. But anyway, I wonder if her statement that, hey, it's not part of the estate, we don't own it, therefore lets Jack be able to sell it legally. Jack's going to do what he wants to do, but I just wonder if that takes care of the legal part of somebody trying to lay claim to it. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I know, so my mom had a trust, and then when we tried to sell her car after she died, she had her middle initial in the trust, but not the middle initial on her title. And we almost had to go to probate court over that. It was crazy. There's a lot of errors. There's year errors. There's name errors. I'm surprised how many errors there are. So, right. Yeah. So anyway.
I just sent the invite to Copper Dan, so he'll come on, and we will actually show the auction for anybody who hasn't gone to the link. But I just want everybody to know I was the first person to bid $1 on the frame. Nice. I went up to $10.
C-Star asked, what was the McCracken claim for? $10 million plus attorney's fees.
Or do they mean what was it about? What are they claiming? The justification
like
for the
fraud. They
like the other lawsuits, which don't make any sense.
I actually haven't seen I haven't looked into it at that detail. I'm at the point of, when is this clear? Like, when we get the update of the hearing, I don't know. I guess it was interesting to see the level. I did not like the Ertstein case. It was amazing to me how much he filed. Then he filed an extension because his glasses broke. Then he filed an extension due to COVID. Then he filed an extension and then he said, first he said he would take $2 million and the treasure chest or Forrest house. And then later he filed another one that said, or $3 million. Like, I was amazed how much paperwork there was. I'm not well-versed in the court. So I was shocked that, it was 200 pages. It's amazing.
Copper Dan. Hey, I see a frame back there. Is that it? That is it. Okay. What's up, Dan? Can you hear us?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I'm just I was just overlooking at eBay. You guys are crazy.
So it just literally got released less than an hour ago. Dan started the auction, and here it is, everybody. Boom. It is up to $1,605. 19 bids. Well, a lot of people thought $5,000. It might go for $5,000. It'll be interesting. So give them the info, Dan. When's this going to end and all that fun stuff?
So it started it started 29 minutes ago, and it will end 7 days from now, next Monday night at 9:30 Central Standard Time. So wherever you're at with that.
So we are going to go live and actually show the auction end next Monday, everybody. So we will see how high it goes.
Live when it happens.
Right. Exactly. That's another way of saying the same thing.
No, but just don't think we're doing a special show, guys. It'll be during our regular show.
During Monday's show. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you want to click on the? Can you make the map, the frame big?
Oh, gotcha.
And then zoom around on it so everybody can.
Yeah, well, I can't zoom, but I can go
if you hover.
It's not letting me now. Let's see. Let me do this. Let me see.
There was a way.
There's the old signatures.
That's okay. I'll digress.
What?
That signature, yeah.
He was nervous. I've talked to handwriting experts that compared him, and they just said he was just nervous. He
Yeah, I'm
was.
sure that's what
I
it
was sitting there in front of him.
Well, you were breathing down his neck, Dan. I'm surprised you even got out of the
Well,
way so they could take a picture.
I heard you put him in a knuckle sandwich for the WWWH and he got it. I mean, maybe that's why he was freaking out. I don't know.
Very
I don't
nice.
know, or a
Frank.
headlock or whatever.
A knuckle sandwich.
Or gave him a knuckle sandwich. You know what I mean.
You dry gulched him? Well, and there it is, one of Forrest Fenn's famous doodles. Now, how did you copy this? From the book or wherever you got them from and transferred them onto here, Dan?
I took pictures right out of a book that I own.
Okay.
And
Secret.
in fact, when you're done screen sharing, I will show you the book.
Pretty nice. Okay.
So this book, let me see.
Doesn't matter who you are, only matters. There it is. Okay.
There it
And
is. So there's one of the doodles,
Mhm.
and the same with the signature, and then the other doodle that's in there came out of another book. So the story with this book is, you remember Heather Don?
Yes.
Heather Don had a good relationship with Forrest, and he was not only signing books and putting doodles in for, he started putting these quotes in there, and I happened to get one of them. So I thought it was a neat way to share what he did, and that was took a picture of it, send it into a computer, and then it's laser engraved into it. So it is an exact match.
Just broke 2,000. So to me, it looks like the last 5 bids have been between 2 individual people going back and forth. So it will be interesting to see how high it goes. Again, does all of it go to St. Jude? eBay's got to take their fee. I mean,
I think so.
The money's going directly to St. Jude, correct? From eBay?
No, the money actually is going to me and then to St. Jude's.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
It was because I wanted it to go into a particular, into our fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do
I
it
see.
through eBay charity, it just goes into a general. This one will go directly.
And I worked real hard with my rep with eBay on that. And this was like, you know what? This is the way we're going to do it. Then I can handle it. I will.
Yeah.
You'll have to take the tax hit, but then you'll get the tax write-off. But there'll be a little bit more expense to you. But this way, it goes into into that one particular account, which is awesome.
And I will go live when I do the transfer of funds, or maybe not live, but I will record it myself doing it. I mean, because there's, I think 99% of everyone out there takes me at my honor. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. And to the other 1%, they can kiss my ass. So.
And there it is. This is in the description. This map frame was created by Copper Dan. The map is a poster created by Forrest Fenn, and he personally signed the map. I also had the finder of the Fenn treasure, Jack Stoof, sign the map. The arrowheads were from Forrest's personal collection. All the money from this sale, less the eBay fees, will be donated to my St. Jude's fundraiser. I can ship, but if it's possible, I'd like to deliver. So somebody said whoever buys it should redonate it to another auction. Redonate it to another auction.
Done.
You're done after this one. All right. So whoever wins this auction is getting it from you, and they can do it.
You could buy it on our behalf, so that because Mike has a really nice frame of Copper Dan's, I don't, and it's already gone over.
We'll give it away at a World Series of Fenn if somebody wants to give it to us.
Holy hell, you shush! I need a frame up here.
So that's funny. So $2,025. It just jumped again, everybody. Hang on. Breaking news. We are now at $2,449. So again, I think it's those two people going back and forth. I can't really tell because
but this is day one. Do realize
not even an hour in. Yeah.
So it's not me. My hands are here.
Nah, it's not me or K-Pro.
I would not. That'd be really unethical to bid it up like that. I wouldn't.
So Dan, if you give over 20 grand to St. Jude's, did you ever think you'd hit that? If it gets that high.
Oh, with the original, because we're over 15.
Yeah. So are you at 15 now? Nice.
Well, would we end up? I haven't even looked. I don't think it went up anymore, but we ended at 15.5.
Okay. And I could look that up real quick. Give me a minute. So that's awesome. Wow. What an awesome fundraiser, Dan. Awesome frame. Awesome that Jack signed it. And awesome fundraiser for St. Jude.
Some people would like the link in the chat room. I think they want to
eBay?
get in
Here
on
it
this
is.
action.
Here it is.
Christy, if you really want one of these map frames, you could probably ask somebody that you know to make you one.
Yeah, Dan will make you whatever you want, Christy.
I want the one that with the, I'm Jack Stoof and I forgot how to spell my own name. I want that one.
Nice.
Well, then you have to meet.
You got to bid on it.
You have to come with me to Jamaica, or where does Jack live?
Puerto Rico. We'll go to Puerto Rico
Oh,
again.
Rudy Green frame would look real nice with my replica chest, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Rudy? I agree.
Oh,
I want one of those replica chests. I don't have
Trey,
you could do a swap maybe.
Trey Westmoreland with the comment of the night. Could you get the search partner signature added?
There, that's how when I go to, I need another map. That will be fun. And that will be a World Series of Fenn prize. If I could get the search partner to sign it, and he doesn't have to sign it with his name. He could just sign it. You know
what'd be cool? If there really is a search partner and I met him out at JFK Airport in the Century Lounge.
Right. That's hilarious.
When you interviewed Forrest and Douglas, he told you a story about trimming the forest floor to find a piece of his plane. I think it was beneath. Oh, I don't remember that. Maybe in the Crystal Frida story, maybe? Oh.
Yeah, that must have been the Frida story.
Oh, I can see chat this is cool. I didn't realize. So.
Oh yeah, isn't that cool? You can see
Facebook too. We can see chat and everything.
Yeah, we're on a different interface, guys.
So again, guys, we got all week. Monday of next week, we will go live and show the ending of this. Dan, you're welcome to join us again if you want to see how
15,476 is what the fundraiser's at, and then whatever this crazy guy makes.
Wonder why this is $24.49 and 24 cents. I wonder who bid that much. But anyway, okay.
It's a hint.
It's
a GPS solve.
I heard it was the mileage on the search partner's car, but I'm not sure if I can confirm or deny.
I wish things
Dan's
were
like, whatever. Dan just wants to get rid of the thing.
Yeah, I'm just laughing about the search partner.
Now, if anybody out there wants to claim that it's them who bid on it, hey, let us know. It'd be fun just to know if it's somebody we know or not. But if you want to be anonymous,
if you want to gift it to your favorite YouTube personality people, Mike will get it and then give it to me.
And just to be known, if the winning bid does not want to be known, I can be trusted to keep my mouth shut. I'll just tell you that.
So whoever wins it can remain anonymous. Is that what I just heard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And
$2,501, everybody.
If they do not want to pay shipping, because I put a flat shipping fee in the United States is $225.
Julio take it too.
If you'd rather, there is a pickup option, and we could work something out.
When it hits 20 grand, we're going to start calling him Golden Dan.
Nice.
Golden Dan.
I'm changing my name.
Wait a minute. Somebody just said it jumped again. Oh no. 2650, everybody. It did just jump again. 2650.
Somebody was teasing us. And
the Phantom. Stop making stuff up. Or they're going to bid that much, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe that's what he just bid, which would be not smart to post in chat because it's going to get bid up.
2650. We're up to 2650. I just want to go live all week. But you know how it works. It'll slow down. It'll peak at a certain point, and then Monday, hopefully, it'll jump up again.
You remember when Forrest or actually Shiloh, I think it was, auctioned off that bronze toothpaste holder of Forrest?
Yeah.
And we were all bidding on it for a little while, and then it got crazy that last couple of minutes. It went for over $5,000.
Yeah.
You know what? When Forrest posted that, he was like, I said, you know that's going to go for a lot. He's, no. It was, do you remember when the dog ate the money and then pooped it out? And he put that up on eBay?
No, I don't.
He did it as a joke, he said. So his dog, Tasuki, ate the money, pooped it out.
Yeah, I remember. And then he
put it on eBay.
Yeah.
He put it on eBay. Illegal. Yeah, but it was going for, because people thought the serial number.
$3,000, everybody. Sorry, Gabriel. 3,000.
Diamond Dan. And it was going for, I don't even remember, because he's like, this is a joke. There's no way it'll go for more than $50. And I'm like, I will wager you it's going to go for thousands, because people thought the serial number, if they tape it together, it was in a Ziploc bag. He had put it through the wash, and he had it. And then he got turned in for, you can't sell currency without a certain license or something on eBay. So Shiloh had to pull it down. But yeah, his toothbrush holder, his maps. He said he never thought they would go anywhere near what we got, and then we made a profit on them.
Well, that's the one thing you did make money on. To offset the money that you lost at Chaseopoly.
You want to answer this question, Dan? Isn't there copyrights to those pictures? The ones on eBay.
Oh, that's okay. That's not. He's not reselling those.
Well, no,
pictures.
Dan owns the copyright. That's my point.
Right.
I thought he meant the pictures of Jack signing it. Those pictures that are on eBay.
Yeah, I own the copyrights.
Yeah. Dan took those pictures. He is
Dan,
the owner.
pay yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to sue myself.
Yeah. Nice. 3,000. Wow. In an hour, less than an hour. That's awesome. So over under on how high you think it's going to go, Dan. What do you think it'll be Monday night? What's the over under for you? What number?
Well, I would have never, honestly, I thought next Monday we'd be talking the number that we're talking right now. So
yeah, me too. Yeah.
But then I never thought we could raise $5,000 on the original one. So, and that went for 3 times that much. So let's just say that tomorrow, next week at this time, 9,900.
What?
That's what you think it'll go that high?
I'm just pulling a number out of the air. I'm going
to
go big or go home.
Those pictures do have copyright stamps on them, right? The ones you put on eBay?
Right. He put
just
the
can't see
copyright
them.
stamps
They're
on
there,
them.
Craig. It's like a watermark.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are there.
Yeah, it's
What do you
kind of
think?
funny because some people really are upset about how much money we made on Chaseopoly. I do have to say, I think we just got out of the red.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
there wasn't any profit, but some people are like really like they're affected, but they're not doing well in general. But they're like Chaseopoly. They said they bought a house with it. The seeker haters, Jason North, they bought a house. And I'm like, Jason, you know that's a joke, right? Like, but you can't say anything as a joke. On
It's a joke, everybody.
Well, even how many Chaseopolies did you get made?
Give you?
No, how many did you make?
Oh, how many? 500?
About 500. Yeah, 500 games. We made 500.
500, and you sold them at $50.
I think they ranged anywhere. I think it was 60 something because
maybe
we
when
included,
they first came out.
It was 49 plus the.
So
and now we're selling them for like 20.
Quite a while.
So let's just say you sold them all at 50 and you didn't have any expenses. It's still not enough money to buy a house.
Right, exactly. That's
not even
point.
done.
It's obviously
It's
a
not
joke.
even a down payment. Well, I think about how many times Mike had to put it together. I mean, I think it was 1 cent, but it was so much fun. I'm not knocking it, but people literally think like we might have made a couple $100 profit over a year and a half.
Hang on.
2 years.
Debbie Teal says Jack will probably win it. He was interested in it. Where did you hear this from? Because this is news to me.
Oh, Trey says that we need to move to Puerto Rico to get out of the Chaseopoly taxes.
The taxes, that's right. I hope somebody buys a Chaseopoly with Bitcoin, everybody. So wouldn't that be awesome? So just let me know. I'll let you know. We'll work that out. But Chaseopoly is still for sale. What did we say we were going to sell them for? I can't even remember. But it's 25, I think, 25, something like that. But if you're interested in the Chaseopoly.
Yeah. So Lisa helped us move. Lisa and Mark, thank you. And she said she can personally attest. We have cases left. We still have cases left. That's why I'm like, Mark or Mike, every week, can you please put one up on eBay? They go, but yeah, she can. There were lots. We had the
We
wall.
still owe you dinner, Lisa. So you let us know when you're ready to make that happen. I told Mark the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. So
yeah. A search partner signed Chaseopoly. That's funny.
That would be
tells
awesome.
me Jack's not signing a Chaseopoly, whether it's for charity or not. But anyway.
Jack, we're not going too far. We're not like the crazy dangerous people. We just want answers. That's
3001. Boom.
Space Odyssey.
He knows.
Space Odyssey. Okay, well, there it is. We'll be live next Monday, guys. Make sure you tune in. Dan will join us again at the end of the show, or actually not at the end of the show. There's about 10 minutes left. I think we'll just leave it up the entire show until it ends, the auction, and we'll see how high it goes. The over-under for me, I think, is 7. Somehow I think 7,777 would be a great bid.
I wish Hope would come on. This is actually her deal. I'm just running it.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Hope West, right? Yeah, Hope if you want to come on the show, everybody would love to see who you are and what you did, because
she donated.
Anybody who doesn't know, Hope actually won this frame in the random drawing that Dan did, and she said put it on eBay and give that money to St. Jude too. So how nice is that?
Yeah, that was, and she could have, even if you didn't want the frame, which why wouldn't you? It's gorgeous. She could have taken the frame, put it on eBay herself, and made at least $3,000. So a selfless person. That was very
Packer Jack. It's actually blanked out. You cannot see who the high bidder is. They what do you call it? They put asterisks over it on eBay, just so you know. I've looked.
For-
Yeah, I can look at it. I click on it, but it's just you can't tell.
For the right price, I'll tell you.
Can you tell who it is, Dan?
Yeah,
because whoever he has to
and maybe
ship.
they'll. I hope whoever wins it comes on the show as well. Maybe they'll tell us what they're going to do.
I am pretty much going to go away for a week because I can imagine the emails I'm going to get. So I am not responding.
You're ready for this. It does take. Oh, and I will say, all the poker. If you, Copper Dan was one of the donors with his art piece. He was given, or the donor was given, information, and they were all matched today. So that
I reached out, so I'm waiting for the response. And
Steve, be nice.
Steve,
now, Lucky Digger says, will it be Hope's donation to St. Jude? And I'll answer, and then you answer, but I'll say no because she gave it back to Copper Dan to make this happen, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Dan, you'll have to put that under your we did that once, and it's actually an expense. So
I'm gonna make myself look good by this big donation for me, but I'm also gonna have the headache of having to claim this on my taxes, but then I get to deal with it. But then I get to write off with the huge.
Isn't there a cap on those?
And Bobby G.
Yeah, there is.
Right. Oh, and this is going to go over it. Yeah.
And Bobby G. So, if you guys wondered what was the number one item, there's a $250 gift certificate to
the
a
poker
swimwear.
tournament. Yeah.
Guess what? Of course, Copper Dan's art. It is amazing. It is. Yeah.
Rudy Green says $999 for Forrest is my prediction. And we just went to $3,150, everybody.
You guys are crazy.
So
we're outbid, Mike. Okay.
It looks like two people are just keep inching it up. So let's see who's got the deeper pockets for St. Jude again.
For the next 7 days.
No, I don't. I think the heavy bidders haven't even come into the ring yet.
Well, the word, some people don't even know about this yet. But when we do Beacon Star Thursdays, I will give an update then. Everybody, so subscribe.
And we'll get it out on Thor. We'll get it out on Facebook. We're a very disjointed group because like Thor sometimes don't come here. We won't be able to post it on Reddit because Reddit people don't care about St. Jude and they don't allow our posts through. Hey, Rudy, since you're a mod there, maybe you can ask someone if we're okay, because we tried to post the fundraiser and they wouldn't let it through because Reddit people are like, Jack.
Does anybody know what Craig Carter's talking about? K-Pro, did you send emails regarding the match? I never received anything.
Your other side has your info. If it's somebody that already had a public email like Copper Dan's, I sent it to Copper Dan for them to connect. But I was on one side or the other. So yes, your person.
Puerto Rico dollars.
So I heard Craig Carter's going to match the eBay auction. Is that what I just heard? No. What did I? Yeah. Sorry, Craig.
Okay, Craig. Yours is Sammy, and Sammy's in Yellowstone right now. So I think yes, they've connected. I've given your information to the person.
So. Okay. When I thought this was all over and I called my rep with St. Jude's and I was telling her, so we're going to try to raise some more money and we're going to do it with eBay. How are we going to do it? Anyways, she was just like blown away how much money we raised. I said, oh, come on. Right. This is probably like a small auction. She said, no, this is one of the bigger ones.
Wow. That's great. Up to 3651. Sorry to break in. Holy cow, we might hit 7,000 tonight. What the heck? I mean, it is such a nice frame. Look at that.
There you go. Now you can zoom in so you can see all the
there we go. Yeah.
All the arrowheads.
You guys want to donate the two people? They want to donate it to me.
Benchmark maps.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys in Copper Dan. You can stay for this question. So I have two things that I have been working on, and I have a week till the next show. So I've been going through the Condor database. And it's lengthy, 74 pages. First, I want to know how many of you have been through in detail the 74 pages of the Condor database. I did this once, and I went through and I got all of the references of legal, what happens if I find it in the park. You guys remember that riveting PowerPoint. I know you were riveted by that. So now I'm going through it and I'm pulling out any reference he had to his solve, to the Blaze, to Home of Brown, to anything relation to the solve. There was a lot of, he did comment about coins. He did comment about tubers. He did comment about people being wrong about this and that, but he actually put up like my part of the Madison, and so there's quite a bit of detail there. Then I have this book. I think this book might take more than a week to get together, but between these two, what would you guys like to see for the next show, if nothing big and groundbreaking happens, do you want to see a database from the Condor of everything he referred to in relation to the solve, or the book and the references to the name places of Yellowstone? And I would probably focus it down to anywhere on the Madison.
We're at 4,051, everybody. All right, everybody, put in the chat what K-Pro just asked. What would you like? There's 3 different options, right?
The book is interesting. Steve's saying the book. 1 million gets me.
Carrie says the book.
The book. Carrie says the book. What do you think, Copper Dan?
I'd like to hear about the database.
The database?
Elements.info, everybody.
And then the book the following week. See, okay. See this database and this book stuff, I think is definitely worth exploring. That, in my opinion, I think the potential partner, I don't understand why that's even a thing.
What do you mean? You don't understand why it's a thing?
So what if Jack has a partner? How could that bring us closer? I mean, I guess if he's going to talk for 50 grand.
If that happens.
Well, so there's a couple things. One, Jack has said there wasn't one, that there was some. Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Again, protecting possibly a friend, family member, which I agree with that if it's a lie, but that's my opinion.
And if Jack was willing to have Dan Barbarisi go and look at the treasure chest and tell a lot of Jack's story, and it became a financial windfall for him in that regard, if there's another way of doing that, again, I would love to hear the story of Boots on the Ground. I would love to hear why they went to a national park and toured it before they left. I would love to hear that. I'd love to hear why in April of 2019 they headed down to Santa Fe. I hate to say I'm so invested in this. I'd love to hear the final story, not the solution, but a lot of other things that would, I hate to say, but it would legitimize the story. At the beginning, when the finder's not even coming out, it sounded so shady. Now we know he was here. We know he was a searcher. I'd love just to hear more. And
I wish you would too. I wish you would too. I just, the Jack that I met, I guess maybe come across and sounded a little bit introverted, a little bit shy with that stuff, which
right.
I think videos otherwise.
But the thing is man, he could do a book, but he just, I don't know. That's on Jack, and I can't speak for him on that. That's so.
I don't know, Billy Shaw. I can't answer that question. Only Jack can. Why are there no pictures of Jack with the chest at the find site?
He said he forgot. He didn't say that there wasn't. He said he forgot if there was any.
Yeah, Nick says Jack doesn't realize how much it would all just go away if he just revealed where he found it.
Well, where he found it, though, I genuinely believe in the statute. The statute would apply and he would lose the treasure chest and he could have future damages. And right now, this one is in the red. I am working with a Yellowstone official that may be willing to go on record to say that. So if I can get that interview and I can get that, we were going to sue Forrest, and we would, if we had enough evidence that it was in the park, we would at least try to take it. I think
I think that's crappy on Yellowstone. I really do. I can understand if they're a little ticked off at Forrest, but Jack isn't Forrest. Jack didn't sponsor this hunt. He didn't.
I'll be right back.
Wasn't his hunt.
Yeah, I would love it if that's and I just don't know. So, and we've had a change in a lot of the higher ups over do they take the same position? Yeah, and Lisa says, I'm certain Yellowstone would try. And who has bigger pockets? And then by the time Yellowstone, federal government versus, no.
You would chew all of your, all the profits from the chest would get burnt up, and just it would just be better just to give it to them.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It would be. So,
but and unfortunately now a lot of the chest has been documented once in it. Right. I would have left about 3 coins in it and hit. That's all I found. Just these couple of double eagles in it.
Well, but here's the thing, and I said this on another chat another night. If Jack would have come out initially and said, I'm the finder, or whether he he came out or not, but a letter through Forrest or through to Dale's that said, I am the finder, and due to some legal reasons, I am not going to come forward. I would respect that so much more than you are going to damage the area. You want stuff handed to you. You're going to get injured there. Like, I would have rathered he say it in a different way. And I think a lot of this, like some people have said, would have gone away. So anyway, oh my gosh. Okay, Mike's muted. It's up to $4,392.
Let me take a look. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Refresh.
So yeah, it would have been Jack versus Goliath. I just think this could have been handled very, very differently than it was.
And I'm muted. What the heck?
I
April got something in the mail, and she's about to open it right now. Just don't show that address. It's on the one side. Show everybody what it is. What's it say? Let's see. Let's do this. Move it over. Ooh, this calls for a PowerPoint. All right. Thank you to the searcher who sent that.
That is awesome. I did not know that.
Thank
That
you for
is
the PowerPoint.
awesome.
The searcher, it's in there. I don't know if you want to say their name or not, but yeah. Thank you for that, for the people who sent that to K Pro. We appreciate it.
You know what? I'm taking this into my next lecture.
Right. Ooh, the PowerPoint.
Awesome. That
It was
is
not
awesome.
coppered in for once.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. That was very sweet. I would like you to put a
Yes.
comment for later. Would you guys like to see this? I spent, I don't know, probably an hour today, and I got through, I don't know, probably a quarter of it. But the book I've been through once. It's pretty thick too. And quite honestly, I need to understand the map and the areas a little bit better. But it sounds like Alan Kay has already dug into this, so I could use him. I could cheat.
This calls for a marathon show.
Nope. We have to slow and steady. We'll win this race. There's just too much going on.
Well, I can tell you what's going to happen next week from about 15 minutes before the end of the eBay auction to the end of the eBay auction. I would not be talking about anything too important because it's just going to be
nice.
Right.
At least for a few, and just to watch it in general. Trey, would Jack be happy if someone else released the solve? I would only be guessing, Trey, but I would say yes, because from what I understand, if someone else releases it, he is not going to be held to future damages of that location. Like right now, Jack has done everything that he has been able to in his control, not to say, let's just say it is 9 Mile Hole. Now there's cameras up there. People are going up there. They're wading through. Let's say there's damage. He can say, I tried everything not to do that. So it's interesting to see who and how, if he ever confirmed it. So I don't think he can confirm it, but wouldn't you want it out? So then you can just say, okay, we're done. I don't know. I don't pretend to know Jack well enough to put in his mind what he's thinking, but I don't know. So, okay. So make sure to put down in the description box, book or database. And by tomorrow I will look at it. And when I have some downtime, tomorrow's Tuesday, I'll have a little bit. I only have a big meeting on Wednesday. So yeah. Then he should have had Odious Soul type. Oh yeah, maybe Odious Soul come. Maybe he'll nudge. Yeah. Maybe he'll nudge somebody. Maybe nudge gate. I don't know. Maybe he'll tell the search partner, you put it out and then don't put your name out. Oh, wouldn't that be?
Hey, Mike, I got your next big thing. You can take the map picture and post it on a t-shirt and sell it.
Have you guys seen that?
Those are the crappiest looking things I've ever seen.
Yeah, somebody took the Thrill of the Chase Too Far to Walk map and they're selling it on t-shirts and hoodies and coffee cups.
It's on Etsy.
Etsy, okay. They're gonna get in trouble if they didn't get permission, but that's all I'll say.
Well, they are now, because that's why I figured, you know what, if I make note of this, it will get taken down, because you should get, unless they got permission, you never know. But
and Rudy, I see you're in chat. You need to go back to the beginning. I specifically talked about you on slide 4 about, so if you didn't see that database, you guys know this database inside and out, but I'm seeing a few database, but put it in the comments after, because then I'll go through comments. So put it in the comments after.
This is a PowerPoint moment.
I know.
All right, everybody. Cool. Well, Dan, thanks for coming on. Pretty awesome. The auction is currently at It's only been up an hour. It's currently at $4,392.42.
And Mike got the first bid at $1.
$1. I just had to start it. That's all, at $1. Packer Jack says, hey, I just did the big round of applause for all this beautiful mojo and funding for St. Jude's to the one and only Copper Dan.
Copper Dan.
That's okay. All right.
And then when they donate it to us, you need a fly to Vegas. That's awesome. That's perfect.
I will personally deliver it to you, Christy.
Nice. I'm ready.
All right.
We can jump in our pool.
Yeah, thanks everybody. We appreciate it. Thursday, Beacon Star, tune in. It's going to be a good show. And then next Monday, we'll have Dan back on, and we will watch this as it ends. Watch Dan have a heart attack when the person says, "You do something else with it, Dan." No, to be clear, Dan has said whoever wins this auction is getting it. He's done with it, right?
It's kind of weird because it's not really my money, so it's a little different than if this cash was coming to me, I'd be.
Wait, there's 2 comments. When is WSOF? It's February 5th and 6th that weekend. And then Dillard says, Mike, you said Benchmark Map was copyrighted. It is not copyrighted. That's not what the people at Benchmark told us.
Trust me, I've sold some with their permission. They own that map. They created it. They own it. But I'm not going to get involved if somebody wants to put it on a T-shirt. I mean, if anybody else wants to deal with that, they can. So, but Dan, you should think about doing a frame for yourself with all the work you put in. But you know what? That's your choice.
We're down to one lawsuit, guys. When that one lawsuit's maybe we'll see. Did you talk, Copper Dan, not to put you on the spot and don't answer if you don't want to? Did Jack say when he was going to sell the chest?
Not in specific terms. I did ask about it. I asked him how the sale of the chest was coming along, and all he said was, it's taking way longer than I would have ever expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
sure, there's so many legal hoops.
I think there's a lot of legal
active lawsuits again. I mean, it just seems like
I'm sure that's making things take longer.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you everybody for tuning
in. Search partner. Do you see how much fun we have? Do you see how much fun we have? Search partner. 50K.
If there really is a search partner and we could get them to sign this in the next week, imagine what it could go for.
Copper
Are you saying you would actually do that, Copper Dan?
Wait, Copper Dan, we are moving mountains. If we could get the search partner.
If Jack Stoof called me and said, I did have a search partner, here is his name, fly out and meet him and he'll sign it.
You do it?
I'll book the flight.
All right. More breaking news, everybody. What if the Jack had 8 search partners? But anyway, I just want the GPS coordinates written on the map, or try the wheel.
And K-Pro is going to pay for my plane ticket.
Yeah,
right. I'm meeting you.
Right.
If you think I'm not doing the interview, the interview needs to happen. No, the interview needs to happen. So I will fly for the interview into Colorado Springs. I will fly in. I have no problem with that.
We got to meet it. Actually, I really want to go to West, so let's just set this up.
I might be going.
Gabriel's been looking for an excuse to go to West Yellowstone for a while now.
Right now, in the next couple of weeks, it looks like something may have developed, and I'm going to West Yellowstone. Maybe. Things are coming together. Now that's in the red, so I don't even want to say.
Closer, or Denver.
No, it's not ready. When you tell me, let's go pick it up, I will be going to Denver, and I will wear a Beacon Star shirt, hat, mittens.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw what I posted earlier. So it's 10:30 at night, and I am sitting here on August 30th talking with you fine folks when it's my 24th wedding anniversary, and I should be with my wife.
Tonight?
Yeah, so speaking of legal papers, does anyone know a good divorce attorney? Because I'm going to...
He's going to get it all. You don't even need to get an attorney.
That's funny. Well... know about that.
Happy anniversary, honey, if you're watching.
Yes, Copper Princess.
He'll make you a frame too, Copper Princess. Yeah. Don't worry.
You get a frame, and you
Copper
get a frame.
Dan's divorce fund. Let's do a frame for Copper.
Yeah, actually, Billy Shaw's going, I know a good one. I could tell you, I know a good one, and Mike knows a good one, and we all know. Yeah, no. Cheaper to keep her. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay, everybody. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see everybody later on in the week. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.